Hi everyone, it's Samantha Graff Benmore and Cheryl Graff, and of course Jersey. She always likes to join in here. We're just gonna wait, and now I'm gonna have to fix my belt because Callie will not be impressed. Okay, I'll let her. I wish she was here to fix it. Okay, I'm just waiting to see her sign on. Well, hello to our mortgage broker, SD, and hello to...
Susan Gilson.
Hello, Susan. How are you guys? You are in for a real treat. I'm probably pronouncing. I'm not sure. Sometimes I flip between Callie and Kaylee, so we're going to let her say so. We are talking about SD. You must stay on.
Fashion.
I need, as I say to Steve, I go, everyone needs a Callie in their home. And I'm literally falling apart, but everything is from her. Oh, by the way, these are my new boots.
Nice. Very nice.
I'll have to make sure she approves them. But she's probably on my Samantha Graff one, which I'm a little bit worried about. So we're talking about, now that all the restrictions are down, a little bit lessened, and hopefully be removed soon, are people going to go back into their spring fashion with wearing more fitted clothes, or are we still into this loose, comfy, I work from home thing and half dressed? So we're going to speak to Callie about what she's finding. People are coming into her boutique in Montreal, and what they're asking for, or what she finds she's putting them in. She is like my special find in Montreal. So I've been working with her for a few years, and I have a funny feeling she's on my other one, and I don't know what to do here. Message. Okay. On Jers. Oh, Mom. I was just on for you to join. Well, she messaged at the Graph Girl, so I'm not sure what's going on here. Just waiting for her to come on.
Oh, there she is.
There she is. Beautiful. All right. Okay. Why is this not working to invite her? View request. There we go. Yeah. Go live. Did it work?
She joined.
Oh.
There.
Hello.
Hi.
I was going to wear my hot pink shirt, but it's not from your boutique. So I went with what is from your boutique, which I have a lot of options. I actually have this in black and then had to go back and get it in navy. How are you?
Good. Yourself?
Okay. Remind me, Callie or Kaylee?
Callie.
Callie. Okay. I should know better after a few years, but you know, it's one of those mix-ups like Dana Dana's, tomato. This is my mom, Cheryl.
Nice
Hi.
Who you haven't met in person, but one day we are going to get her to Montreal to meet you, or we're going to do it like this.
Anytime, you know where to follow me and find me also.
So welcome to the Graph Girls Real Talk. And what we are going to be sharing and chatting with Callie today about is that over the last few years, people have sort of been working from home, probably dressing from here up, and very loose fitted clothing. And what we wanted to know is, how are people coming into the boutique now? What are they asking for? What are you finding you're styling them up in? And then we'll just sort of flow into other conversations of fashion and style.
Is it basically more casual wear, or are you getting people who now, because there's different events that hopefully will be taking place, they will be gearing themselves to buying more dress up clothes.
Stylish fitted clothing.
Yeah.
So there's a bit of both, I would say. For sure, during the beginning of the pandemic, I mean, people were, going back to the loungewear, sportwear. In terms of working at home, a lot of girls had to adjust. I used to sell a lot of trousers, suits, for instance. Now people would come in and just ask literally for tops, Zoom outfits. So everything from top. So blouses, blazers, accessories like necklace. So definitely saw a switch in that. A lot of people weren't loungewear. It depends of like what industry, how often you had to do meetings with, colleagues or clients. But I would say a lot of people still came in the store to get like tops for Zoom, mostly, but they never, girls would literally walk in and be like, don't even show me trousers. And those are the girls that used to buy me like tons of every year. So it was more, fancy tops that they could dress up, dress down, because people wanted something more like they knew the normal life wouldn't come back right away. People were talking about like in 2 years we're going to get back to normal ish, 2-3 years even. So I find people were starting to buy more in the smart way. So they wanted pieces that would complete their closet so that they will be able to wear with jeans on the weekend, let's say. But when they had their meeting Zoom during the week, then it would look kind of like chic. So blouses, blazers, little jackets.
Like this
So,
one?
yeah, pretty much.
I got this there. It comes in all sorts of different colors too. But this was the color we went with for me because Callie has like the best eye. And then, okay, honestly, I'm going to stand up, but I'm going to have to take it off because she is so good at accessorizing. But the only problem is that she's in Montreal and I don't know how to do it. So I just go like this.
No.
And usually I have to do it 20 million times because it falls off.
I will definitely send you a video, Samantha.
Yeah, we need to do a video where you show me how to do it and then I can refer to it.
Yeah.
Sort of how my husband has a little video of how I access things on his computer because it's very different than mine.
Remember asking him to take a video because he was a witness.
But you must be doing a lot of also so I can see you're wearing, but I know you design actually some of the pieces, the neckwears, the accessories. You're not only good at just like putting them on people, you actually design some of them, correct?
Yeah, totally.
And so what you're wearing now, it's kind of hard to see. Is it part of the
blouse? Bow tie that
I love.
You can wear it under like turtleneck, but it's just a chain that goes under everything, and it completes the look of all your blouses, turtleneck.
It just changes the look too of one blouse can be worn and seen so many different ways, which is so nice. And you can dress it up or dress it down depending what your where you're going, what mood you're in. That's also the beauty of fashion is that, it kind of can take on your mood, or you can actually just switch your mood by switching your accessories and clothes.
That's it. So that's why I actually wanted to design something that girls could wear on top because of the COVID pandemic. I figured, there's so much on the market, and I wanted something different that girls would wear and feel like they stand out. They don't look like a generic of everything you see in malls. And so that's why I came out with, accessories for just the top. But to answer your question, a lot of girls last summer, for instance, when we started to get the confined, life was starting to, get back to normal slowly, or at least we had a taste of what it would be soon. And I never sold so much like glamour stuff. Like girls were so fed up of loungewear. They were so fed up of, you know, like sporty chic, soft fabric that just wanted to be like all out. It was like the after war, you know. Um, People wanted to like go out, mingle. They were so sick of staying at home. So as a buyer, we always do the buying 1 year in advance, 1 year prior.
Right.
So I had to try to understand like where we would be in 1 year from now when I was buying the collections for like in 2 seasons, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I played it safe because I didn't know if the pandemic was still going to be there, if, you know, it was probably going to be over, people would get back to the office, go out, clubs, restaurant, name it. But yeah, I got surprised because see, I order maybe half of everything, but last summer people wanted like sexy corporate, like very you know, outgoing outfits, I would say, that are loud, like screaming colors, like they just wanted to, you know, like express their joy and their eagerness to go out
Get
and
back there.
get back to normal. That's it. So I had a lot of like customers, I would say, like I said, sell me just like stuff for my Zoom. But on the other end, once people like start to travel even just a bit or go out to the restaurants or anything really, like halftime office, I sold a lot also of, you know, fancy, sexy clothes. So really we right now I could say I'm selling just as much of both.
So the people really wanted to be noticed after coming out of the pandemic, away from their homes and being out in the public. They
That's
wanted to make a statement, and your pieces obviously make a statement. They get noticed, which is great.
Thank you.
And what about this spring market and I guess summer? What are you sort of thinking is going to happen?
Or what do you have in your shop?
So this summer, definitely more glamour, more corporate, more of dress up, dress down.
And
A
what colors are you seeing?
lot of bright colors.
Yeah.
Get ready. I love black, don't get me wrong. But a lot of screaming colors like this gorgeous fuchsia. But no, there's going to be neon. There's going to be pastels like baby blue, baby pink, mint, lavender. But there's going to be like neon yellow, electric green, electric pink. It's going to be like even the suits are going to be screaming colors because I my hypothesis is that people were kind of like sad and depressed for the last 2 years compared to before the pandemic. And so it was very depressing, especially in Montreal or Canada overall. It's cold, it's gray. So sometimes, like around April, you cannot wait to just, you know, go out and wear fun clothes, be fun also. Go out like us.
No.
So
One of our viewers, actually one of, like I say, one of our preferred mortgage brokers, and a good friend of mine, Esty Zacks, she's asking where the store is, and Esty, this is where like a lot of my clothes come from, just, you know, and it's in Old Montreal, and I am not going to butcher or say the wrong street. So, Callie, where are you guys located?
So it's on St. Paul West in the heart of the Old Port. It's a gorgeous store. We do importations and we also make a house collection. So it's designed in Montreal for the store. That's a bit what I'm wearing, but we also do suits. We do a bit of everything, a lot of accessories, clothes. And then next winter, we're also bringing bags, which are going to be made in Vancouver, actually, in Canada, not in Montreal, but in Canada. And so it's we have everything to style you from head to toe. We have like designer shades, we have like accessories, belts, necklace, bracelets, shoes.
And I highly recommend that you actually, if possible, Esty, we could do a girls' trip to Montreal. Um, but I definitely highly recommend, if possible, to physically go in and make an appointment with Callie so that she can literally she gives the best attention and style and just puts it all together from you. Like you said, literally head to toe, shoes, everything. I've bought boots there. I've bought everything there. Every type of accessory, literally head to toe. Okay, fine. I maybe haven't bought a headband yet. But and if not, for some people, would you be able to do like a Zoom and show them pieces, or a FaceTime if they're not in Montreal?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I,
Yeah, and it's called Delana Designs, just so people do know the name as well. And Kelly, after if you could pop on when I share the video, if you could just pop on and do the website or the address or whatever contact information you think is best. You're welcome to share it also in the video right now. And then you could type it on for us later also.
yes. So before it was more like an in-store experience, right? Like girls would just walk in and they would get styled. They would tell me a bit about their lifestyle. And from there, I would adjust and show them how to make the most outfits with the same pieces to dress them up, dress them down, wear it in a more edgier way, classy way, depending of like, how do you see yourself? Because there are always three categories for me. It's like the classy look, the edgy look, and the classy with a twist, which is like the in between. You can wake up one day and like feel like you're more girly, cutie, and other days you can be, very edgy, wearing like a lot of like leather, latex, a lot of black textures, and so that's a classy with a twist. She's just like a double personality.
How did you get started in the industry, and what background do you have? Like, did you go to, what's it called?
Fashion school
Fashion
or
school
design, or you just do experience.
You just do it yourself because you're talented in. Do you
She's got an
sew
amazing
yourself?
eye.
Do you sew, or do you make any of the
Well, she
pieces?
designs the
I know she
dresses.
designs, but it doesn't mean you
Oh,
could design. But do
physically.
you physically
Yeah.
put it
Yeah,
together?
true. It's like,
That's what I'm asking. What your
So-
background?
I have no background in fashion, but I've always been passionate. I've always loved beautiful things, art in general. It could go from interior design to like, any painter, sculptor. I love traveling in Europe. I always had this curiosity towards fashion. But my background is actually in corporate PR. I did an intern after my university at Zone Franche in the Old Port. It was lovely. I loved it. But during my whole studies, I was working in fashion, and I was towards the end of my university working at Delano. So I just had this great opportunity to, work in fashion and create my own network clientele as well. My boss is great. He did really encourage me to, follow my dreams. And it was like, PR is never lost. If you want to go back to PR one day because you find fashion is maybe not what you want to do anymore, or it doesn't pay enough, maybe, like, we'll see. You can always go back to PR. But right now, like when I was leaving, when I was finishing my university, in my head, it was really hard to make it in fashion. So that's probably the reason why I never went and studied in fashion. Maybe I didn't have the guts yet or the confidence. But while I was working at Delano, I met amazing women customers who became friends also. And I did develop my clientele. So this is where I started to, spread my wings and, gain my confidence about making it in fashion. And that's actually what happened. I never went back working in PR since then. And now...
You basically brought your PR skills, though, to your clientele in the fashion world. You know, because there is still similar in real estate, you know, you sort of have to wear a lot of hats in order to build the relationship with the client and then show them your skills, which, you know, it can be like with real estate and fashion very similar. There's a style design that goes with both. And similarly, your experience in traveling through the world, you know, in Europe and different places, you bring that style, that taste, that sense of elegance meets edginess, like you said. I mean, it's so funny you said that because Steve and I were just in New Orleans and I bought these boots. I can't really see them. And and he said to me, and I really, really like them. And I'm like, what do you think? And he's like, you know what? They're so you because they're that combo of they're a little edgy and hipster, but they're still elegant enough for you. Because I don't go too edgy, right? Which is exactly what you were saying. Like it's that ability to see, to combine and to be able to appreciate and see it come together. And that's what you do. And then, of course, with the PR, you know, you've got to let people know about what you have to offer and who you are and how you can help them. That's all still part of PR.
But do you ever, Samantha shared something with me. She was, I don't know where you were, but she sent me a picture.
Oh,
some
in New Orleans.
In New Orleans.
I wish I could share it here because I don't know how to do it.
And it maybe on my phone.
Yeah, I might.
Anyway, it looked as if it was, you put it around you.
It made me think of you.
But it was strings of something.
Oh, I
thought to myself, you know what? If I'm in New Orleans, sorry, just trying to open my own phone, so she can go.
Okay, I was going to try to show her.
Yeah, it's in the
text.
There.
Yeah.
Anyway, and what it is something that you think, oh, I'm going to buy it, I love it, and then you come back to your hometown, so to speak, and you put it on, you go, why did I buy this?
It's like I close to Mexico because I would never wear it in Toronto.
Exactly. So you say, I want to.
This is, can you see this?
It's like a, and it's
so
like
I said
strings.
to Steve when I saw it, I go, Callie would know what to do with this. I'm not so sure.
So
great piece.
Or all these, look at all those different like scarf sort of ideas.
Super cool.
You could make belts, ties, headbands, anything. But I'm like, yeah, I could buy them and then bring them to you or do a video conference with you and you would tell me what to do with it.
I told her it's very Mardi Gras.
Absolutely.
But you know what? Everything has a place.
Yeah. So I think fashion is a way to express who you are without having to speak. And I think to be honest, it's something you have or you don't have. So yes, some girls are going to study in fashion and, you know, they're going to think, oh, I have my diploma and like, here I am, like I can, you know, buy everything, I have taste, but no, you cannot buy taste. So just as like you buy your diploma, like it doesn't mean like you have good taste and you know what looks good with what. Just like you could be a great designer, but zero skills at talking to people. So it's really hard to, you know, work in the store and have the two combinations. So you need to, you know, have a passion for fashion. Yes, have taste for fashion, but also be able to communicate your passion with the clients. And I think that's why it's so hard to find like good people to work with. But I did find some, so I'm very grateful for that. But I think, you know, like my best employees that I had were not even fashion girls, and the worst were probably girls, you know, that study in fashion. So this is where I'm gonna say to every woman that are passionate about fashion, you don't need necessarily a diploma. Yes, it could help if you want to get to know fabrics. You can, you know, complement your formation with like little classes over there and there. Questions that you have, because of course when you go and study fashions you learn so much, but you don't learn the taste. So I think that's why people come see me at Delano. I'm not saying I'm the best at all. You need
You're
they
really, 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 really special, though.
no, I'm far away from the best. I would never say that. But from what I've seen and what I've heard, clients are, always surprised of, that I'm not coming from a fashion world, and I just like did thrive in that, and I'm very proud of it. I think.
You should be. You really are fabulous. And when I was there the last time, I wasn't the only one. You were literally moving between me and three other women at the same time. And all of us were saying, can we just bring you home? So I definitely agree that it's not textbook learned. You either have it or you don't.
Well, you develop it also, and you learn.
The
If
more you
work with
see,
people,
yeah.
you learn what's right and what's wrong.
Yeah, even the other girls that work in the store with you, they are so lucky to have you. I know just even in real estate, from the get-go, my mom basically, I learned more from my mom and observing her and watching how she does, and I continue to. And now it goes both ways after so many years. But, we learn from one another. We learn from observation. It also just depends on what your learning curve is. Some people can read something, memorize it, and spit it out with no passion, but
Yeah.
they can regurgitate it. But other people learn by observation, by experience. They feel it, and then they can deliver it that much better, quite frankly, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
I think my best weapon was really a good sense of observation, like you said. And it's
And
a
your travel.
experience that really you develop yourself, and you learn what looks good on what morphology. You also develop a sense of like, this woman might not like super edgy stuff or bring too much attention on her. Like, you have to dress her
According to their
against her personality. That's it. I think it's I've seen so many girls that when they started to work with me, they would propose a gorgeous piece, but it was not the person matching the personality of the woman. So she was like, it's gorgeous, but I would never wear that. Like, it's not
I say that about so many things. Yeah.
But over time you develop the vision, and you see the potential of the fashion diva that woman could be, but you have to go progressive. Like, you have to slowly make her go outside her comfort zone in order to make her style evolve. So that's
And depending on your profession, I think it's also important. You might have one way you dress in your professional life, and you might dress very, very differently in your personal life.
absolutely
Sometimes people cross that over and they find sort of the intersection of both. But sometimes in certain industries, you must keep that very separate.
exactly. It comes to my mind like few of my customers, like bankers, pharmacists, doctors. During the week, they always say like, I dress boringly in a way, because they're very expressive. If they could, they would wear almost like latex pants with like crazy leather piece, but it's impossible to wear that during the week. They have to, meet conservative people. A lot of men also, you don't want to dress too provocatively in front of men. So for them, it's like they have really like two personalities. They have like the classy them during the week, and on the weekend they lash out all their repressed expression in a way.
Have you ever considered doing men's fashion?
Men fashion? Not really. I've done it before a bit, but I think it's hard sometimes as a woman, and that's it might sound weird to say, but for instance, a lot of guy would like flirt a bit, and I'm too much of a feminist to deal with that. I rather work with women, and I find we understand each other way more. But it depends. I could probably do private styling for men, I guess. But from my experience, with women, it's always easier in a way. It's like I understand them perfectly. I know their needs. So yeah, I think that's a reason why I did focus more on the women clothing. And also, whenever I dress up, my clients, I've seen girls after like literally crying because they were like, oh my God, I forgot that I could look that good. Like maybe after being a mom,
That
or
might make you
as I
feel
get older, I forgot, that I could still look fashionable and sexy, but yet elegant. So a lot of women tell themselves, and I think it's in their brain in a way, and what people around them think. But it's like if after being a mom or after a certain age, they don't allow themselves to be stylish or sexy. And then after I show them how they can be all that, but stay elegant and sophisticated. And then they look themselves and they're like, wow, I forgot who I was in a way. So I've seen women like crying, especially after weight loss, because I find like when women like gain weight, they don't want to wear anything anymore. They're just going to wear those floppy clothes because they're ashamed of like their body weight. And I think that's really sad. So usually when those girls come in store, I show them good pieces that will still make them feel sexy, not too revealing if they don't want to be too revealing. But I give them a touch of attitude through their clothes. And I've seen a lot of them like crying and saying like, thank you. You just gave me back my, my self-esteem, my,
So nice.
yeah, even their husband would literally, like I had like several times like husband coming back a few days after while their wife were still at the hotel room, and they were like, thank you, you gave me back my marriage almost. So that was shocking for me because I didn't expect that.
do you
Yeah,
find you deal with a certain age range, or it can go from like 15 all the way up, or from 20 to 100, or what?
the range is very wide, but I would say Delano Design specialized mostly between 25 and maybe 65. That's like my usual customer.
I'm bringing her in the spring to
No,
you.
but there's no
She's
age.
outside the age range, but she looks so good, and you're gonna make her look way below the age range.
Exactly. Like I don't even know like the age of my customers, to be honest. Like sometimes I do, but I never ask that.
It's true. You probably think they're younger than they are.
No, but for me, there's no age to be fashionable. That's what I was saying. Like you just have to express yourself and use your judgment. Like, of course, if you're 60, you're not gonna dress like a 17 years old, right? But it doesn't mean
I
you
don't
can.
know. You see her running shoe collection.
That's it. So
She does shoes too,
Oh,
and she puts
okay.
them with because the shoes can change the whole outfit.
Absolutely.
that's it. Accessories are the best way to, complete your closet and just add a little touch and revamp everything so you never get bored of your pieces. Because the problem is like people wear the same piece over and over the same way. And then after, I don't know, wearing them like 10 times, they're like, ugh, I cannot see this piece anymore. But for me, it's like more the what I'm trying to teach women is you need to build a closet that's going to last long.
Exactly.
Time.
Very well said.
Right.
Yeah, sometimes
More quality than quantity.
that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. So I think it's better sometimes to buy a little bit less, but better. And I think it's important to show women how to do more than one look with the same piece because
Right.
this is how they're going to wear it more than 10 times, let's say. And that's what a lot of girls do because with the fast fashion now, that's how they call it. It's people just consume. And I think that's what COVID did, make people realize they don't need that much. And even big fashion designer like Alexandro Michel, which is, the creative director of Gucci, which is the second biggest luxury brand in the world in terms of sale. He went down from a 2-show system, and before it was 8 before COVID. So big fashion shows were like 8 times a year. So they were just producing clothes.
Right.
And COVID made them really realize that it was too
That's
much.
more.
It was too much, and people don't even have time to appreciate what they have already. They don't even think about. They don't even take the time to think like, oh, how can I wear that in 2, 3 different ways? Like they're just gonna wear it the way it is. So I think that's what the COVID brought mostly. It's a smarter fashion industry. Even in terms of like fashion show, people used to go to Milan, Paris, Tokyo, London, everywhere in the world to go see, those fashion show. But that has like an environmental print also. So a lot of designers, like big couture designers, said, now we want to do more digital, fashion show or like video cast. And that's what they've done to, show their whole collection of like every season. So there's less traveling. All the buyers in the world are now more like buying on the digital platform, which is
Yeah.
crazy because you would have never seen that before COVID. Even I do more buying, online, and I know the brands, of course. I read what are the fabrics. But yeah, if I'm not happy when I get it delivered, I just, return it or exchange it. But usually the pictures really show, the fabrics and the cut, the fit. And so, yeah, I think it's great that COVID slow down a bit the fashion industry because it was just too much of everything. And now it's people are buying in a smarter way. They're buying less but better. And also they appreciate more the fall winter season and the spring summer season instead of like 4 collections between those 2 seasons. So I think that's great for that.
Okay, awesome. So we will see you hopefully in person, because as much as online buying is the way, I really love coming in and letting you put it all together for me. And you definitely have to meet Cheryl in person. So again, I will repost this for anybody who didn't get to be on in real time, and we'll have you come in and type on your information so anybody can reach you. Thank you for sharing all your
Nice
experience
meeting.
and wisdom and
Pleasure.
sense of style.
I'll see you in
Yeah.
Montreal. Thank you.
Okay, have a
Bye.
bye, everyone.
Ciao, ciao.